PP. So how much power they have, which is their like sacred energy, I'd say, like their essence. It's their PP. So as I'll explain, I'll show you. So to replenish their PP, best your type of Pokemon at Pokemon Center, of course. So right now he can do scratch 35 times for the PP right down below. So he has enough energy of power to be able to do a lot of scratches before he gets exhausted. Now, how many scratches he actually does fulfillably is going to be in the movie, like in a one set time. So there's going to be times when he might be able to fully use his PP and energy of moves, and there's times he's probably not. Of course, the more PP that he does and uses, the better because he gets more comfortable with the move. So right now he's used to doing it, and he's hitting decently hard, but he's not known the technique yet of how to fully and fulfillably be able to hit hard, and strike perfectly and precise. So of course, as you can see, he can growl a lot, which isn't that hard. It doesn't take that much, and he can ember a bit. And of course, here's the story for all of them. Hard point claws, who scratches the foe. When you have scratch, growls in a cute way. It makes the opponent lower attack stat. Now, how I want to explain this while I can, with the concepts of growl, tail whip, glare, and all that, and glare, and all the defense stat things. Now, with growl, we mainly get to the concept. I'll try to get to them until I have a Pokemon that has the move, and then I'll explain about it. Okay, but with growl, since we're on the point of that, while I have Charmander and he knows it, growl should be for any baby Pokemon, of course, mainly, and they should actually have it in concept of detail of when it's used. It does a slim amount, a high amount, or a little amount. Okay, it does a slim amount. Right, we'll get to the point of it does a high amount on other baby Pokemon. Okay, when Charmander's going against Squirtle, Bulbasaur, or Pidgey so far, like they're all baby first beginning Pokemon before they evolve. Okay, when he does it on a beginning baby Pokemon, it should do a high effect of lowering the attack stat. Okay, now if he went against evolved Pokemon or intermediate evolved Pokemon, it should do slim damage. Okay, and that would be like an intermediate Pokemon, like if Charmander was going against Ivysaur or War Turtle, which would be intermediate. Okay, for those three, I might as well explain. And then it will be a slight, because they're more bigger and they're more evolved, and they know that they can morally highly beat Charmander, so Charmander wouldn't really intimidate them, or whichever Pokemon it is, if it's a baby Pokemon. Now, if he was Charmeleon and he still learned Growl, of course the Growl would do a high effect on, another Charmander, a Bulbasaur, a Venusaur, or Squirtle. I said Venusaur. I'll get to that concept next, though. I'll do him high because, they're babies. So, of course, Charmeleon's going to scare Squirtle more and Bulbasaur more because Charmeleon's a threat more than Charmander. So this would be a great concept, and then it would just do slight damage. The concept of attack still does its stat ability, but it should be in certain level points. It should not have the same stat. A Charmander should not be able to scare Ivysaur easily, or a Venusaur, as I will explain, like a fully evolved, including in the movie series also. So that'd be kind of cool. I mean, this will all take time, but if the development's made, it'd be perfect and it'll be worth it. So, of course, it wouldn't have that much. It would have slim damage, like effect, if it went against Venusaur or Blastoise, especially, or Charizard. Of course, he's not going to really scare but he's gonna let it be known. He's gonna feel it. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna still notice and respect the move impact. Now, if he was Charizard would growl still, or you know what I mean? If he was still would growl, or if he was with growl, or if he was with or if he's going against Blastoise and all that stuff. It should definitely be the same way. Like, if he was fully evolved, though, everything should be either high effect, which would be the lower, like with the baby Pokemon, slight effect if it's intermediate Pokemon, and then like it'd be like the reverse toll, of course. You know what I mean? And if it's a high evolved Pokemon, it would do a slim amount, because then, of course, with them both being highly evolved, higher, unless he mega evolves, then it's another level of difference, But we'll get to that concept, and we'll get to that also. But will mainly be slight, because they'll be mainly on the same stage of evolution, so they won't be really scared of each other, because they each have an amount of power that they can still impactfully do to each other. So I just wanted to explain that and get that out of the way. So of course we know trainer tips, PowerPoints, which is important. So of course we see this PC, and this is your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. This is always your best friend. This red roof will be your best friend when you see it, especially when your Pokemon are exhausted. So of course we come in, you see all these people, and of course they are not paying me mind this time when I come in by myself. So I just come in by myself. I come in here. Of course, the nurse finally introduces herself. Hello, I'm Nurse Joy. Would you like me to heal your Pokemon back to perfect health? Welcome to our Pokemon Center. And of course, she takes a blast and she heals them for a minute, and then it cuts off the little scene a little bit, and then it shows them, thank you. It comes back. If you like they have in the animation series, Chansey brings her out and all that stuff. Of course, the Pokemon Center will be bigger and all that stuff, and it'll have the back room and all that stuff. They need to add that in, but that would be kind of cool also, and add Chansey also in there. But she says that we restored your Pokemon and we hope to see you again. Now, in this instance, it'd be kind of cool if they have the machine right here in the front. They have Chansey right here, and then they have Chansey go in the back, with the Pokeball, and place the Pokemon onto another machine also. And it just mirrors in the room. And it would show the Pokemon on the screen getting healed also. They can have the nurse on the computer instead. And the machine can be in the back. If you want to, they can have it at certain Pokemon centers are open wide, and you can actually walk in the other side of the Pokemon Center and walk in and actually see Chansey healing your Pokemon. That would be kind of cool also for Pokemon fans. Now, as you see, there's a map of the region, but we'll get to that also. And the computer that's over there. And in this instance, going around the town, walking around, it's pretty big and it's decent. Now you should make the town a little bit bigger if they like, have a few more people and all that stuff. But I end up walking and continuing in this sense, including with the scenes. This guy's all the way around, and he says, you want to know about the 2 kinds of caterpillar Pokemon. So this Caterpie has no poison, but Weedle does. Once that your Pokemon are stabbed by Weedle's poison sting. So it ends up catching my attention. It's like, okay. And I continue, and I see the mark. And we walk in. Of course, as soon as I walk in, it's out of nowhere. Hey, you came from Palatine. You know Professor Oak, right? Of course. His order came in. Can you get it and take it to him right now? course, take and put the Oaks parcel in the key items section. So we end up going and leaving and heading straight back to the professor. Now hopefully I'll be able to do screen rotation and be able to actually have this as full screen. Again, I'm just doing this as up screen because how it looks on YouTube, how the video looks like at first, I don't like it, so I'm gonna try to remake it. Now, you guys are gonna just have to bear how the videos are and how they're gonna be. So, you mean if the screen's not big completely, sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with it at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna switch it back to full screen again, but right now I'm just gonna have it as up screen in this part and section. Okay, now he ends up giving me the oak parcel, and I explain that, but in this instance I get that, and I'm about to be headed straight to the Pokemon lab, to the professor, but there's more that's unfolded in our story. Okay, so I'm saving it and I'm going to turn off the power, and I will be back with the next section of the movie episodes, okay? And you'll find out what it's gonna be.